Hi, this is SPSS in Focus, section 17.3, the chi-square goodness of fit test. The chi-square, just kind of personal, is my favorite statistical test. I know it's kind of goofy to say I have a favorite, but it is. And part of that is that it's a non-parametric test, which means your data doesn't have to be normally distributed. And it seems to me that often in the classroom, it's not. And the other thing is that it's a great way to analyze categorical data. And in my opinion, that's exactly what a Likert scale survey is. So I think it offers a very valuable tool that way. And so in this example, we are going to set up our variables. And so our first variable is dream, and it's talking about dream recollection. And our second variable is frequency. Frequency and dream, for both of them, we want to set the decimal places to 0. And for dream, we need to add some labels. And so the value of 1 is going to get the label of did recall. The value of 2 is going to get the label of did not. And the value of 3 is going to give us the label of unsure. And so then we'll switch over and put our data in the data view. Now with the chi-square test, we are dealing with frequencies. And so that means we do need to go to data and weight cases. And we do want to weight them by frequency. So we can hit OK. Now when it comes to analyzing the chi-square test or executing the chi-square test, there is a misstep in the text. And so in the menu, we want to go to Analyze. We want to go to Non-Parametric Tests because we're dealing with non-parametric data. We're going to go to Legacy Dialogues, which is missing in the text, and then we're going to choose chi-square. At this point, we want to move dream to our test variable list. That's the variable that we are comparing. And we have the assumption, or two options here. We can say that all categories are going to be equal, or we can assign values to categories. And so we are going to assign the values of 64, 8, and 8 as our predictions, which is provided in the example problem. So depending on what your expected ratio is, you can assign values. We are going to go ahead and hit paste. It puts into the syntax editor. We can hit run, and from that we will get our chi-square data output. And so on our data output, we get a chi-square value, 3.063, tells us the degrees of freedom of 2, which makes sense since we had 3 categories, minus 1, and then we get our p-value of 0.216 for our chi-square goodness of fit test.